We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences, so the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Just go to Indeed.com/Blue Wire right now and support our show by saying that you heard about Indeed on this podcast. That's Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
Listening on Audible helps your imagination soar. Whether you listen to stories, motivation, expert advice, any genre you love, Audible makes it easy to be inspired and entertained as part of your everyday routine. Listening can lead to positive change in your mood, your habits, and ultimately, your overall well-being. As an Audible member, you choose one title a month to keep from their ever-growing catalog. Explore themes of friendship, loss, and hope with Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. It's a unique story about an otherworldly friendship between a widow and a giant Pacific octopus. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text IMAGINE to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text IMAGINE to 500-500.
My carpet is so squishy.
Oh.
I'm not used to this.
What
I
are
mean,
you
it's
used to?
35-year-old carpet, and I've never, it's never been cleaned before, so, the pile was completely
Oh, gotcha,
thatched
gotcha.
to the
Yeah.
point where basically it was just, a token covering on, the floor itself.
Yeah.
And so I just cleaned it, and now it's my feet are, sinking into carpet. How strange. The cats hate it. They're so mad at me.
I don't want to know what the liquid looked like after you tried to vacuum that carpet.
I mean, you know the part in Finding Nemo where the little guy's like, it made me ink? Kind of like that.
Yeah, I did. Uh-huh.
Beth,
That's
you
what-
made your carpet ink.
I did. A few times. Yeah, I cleaned it. Then I cleaned it again. I may clean it again tomorrow.
Just to make the cats angrier.
At this point, there is no joy in Mudville. The nice thing about it is, though, all I had to do was turn the HVAC completely off in my room, and the carpet dried in about an hour and a half.
There you go. Welcome, everyone, to the Sigos Committee Podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of July 2nd, 2024. Happy July. Happy only a month and a half-ish left until college football actually hits. Oh, God, panic, panic, panic.
Do we remember how to do that?
This
No.
is what's going to happen. The same thing that happened this past year is we got to
Yeah.
the first episode and we were like, wait,
Fuck.
what? In season? What do we do? I don't remember what we talk about.
Then we get to the end of the season, and we're like, how does the off-season work again?
See, y'all make fun of me for having goldfish memory, but y'all aren't much better than me.
I don't make
We
fun of
never
you for
claimed
that.
to be.
That is true.
I mean, I just kind of think that, even if I thought of, a master plan or something, we're going to have all of this planned out, we're never going to actually do that.
No.
Things that happen are going to happen.
Welcome to being married to me. That's my wife also has a master plan for things.
We're all married to Jordan. Welcome
Yes.
to our polycule.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
that was where I went with this too. How does your wife feel about being part of our polycule,
We're
Jordan?
a podcast cule.
She'd be totally happy because more hands make light work. Let's be really honest here. That wasn't sexual.
Is
That
that
wasn't
how
sexual.
that
That wasn't sexual.
I don't believe you.
It takes a village to be married to Jordan.
You know what? She would probably agree with that statement.
Oh, we're her emotional support podcast.
Uh-huh. That's a scary, scary thought.
If we are your emotional support podcast listener, let us know so that we can have someone check on you.
I do want to start with something a little fun, which is the aliens have attacked the United States.
I'm sorry, what?
It is, of course, July 2nd. Aliens have destroyed the White House, New York, and Los Angeles, along with other cities they don't really mention. You notice how in that movie they just gloss over, like, the rest of the world?
Yeah.
Well, they have that one little scene where they're like, London, Moscow, Paris.
But they never show those things getting blown up.
Hey, they nuked Houston in that movie, all right?
I know, and it was a good start.
Right.
We fixed it.
Yeah.
We fixed it.
They made it better.
It helped everything out, yeah. He was sweaty in that tank.
I mean, it is sort of like how if you watch Doctor Who, the aliens always land in London.
Yes.
You ever see a movie where some city is in peril and you're like, really? That city? They're gonna
nuke Indianapolis.
From one hand, it's like,
come
damn.
for Anaheim.
I've noticed this more so lately. Now that the Chinese film market is becoming a thing, a lot of times, like, something bad will befall a Chinese city I've never heard of. We've talked about this before, that there are, like, tons of cities in China with over 2 million people that I just don't know. Every once in a while, in, like, a Marvel movie nowadays, I'm like, I've never heard of this place that is now having this.
Well, I feel like at least what I think of when I think of what cities get destroyed, the city in China is the city that gets destroyed in the beginning of the movie to let us know that they're capable of destroying cities. And then, like, the more American city is the one that we fight to save.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm thinking back to, heck, even back to 1998, Armageddon. Like, we see the asteroid. I don't even know what it is. There's like, the big asteroid's coming, but somehow there's like a bunch of early asteroids. Of it.
Yeah, I remember that.
It doesn't really make sense, but it's a Michael Bay movie. But anyway, they show us New York City, I think Shanghai, and Paris, right? Is like, we got this whole, like, global thing. Everything else in the movie, just Americans.
That's
but we
the world.
do.
That's all of it.
Yes. Yep. So you got to get that one in there. I will say, I'm just thinking though, like the movie Rampage, right? Where Dwayne Johnson is somehow on the same level as these giant animals that he's fighting. Mm-hmm. Like, legit, like, he tag teams with the big gorilla and they fight the crocodile and the wolf. I need to watch
this movie.
But, like, Dwayne Johnson is on their level. Like, it's
the lizard
it's
is called the lizard is Ralphie, by the way.
Yeah, it's implied that, like, he is helping out somehow. Like, he's having these giant animals are fighting. He's somehow involved. But it's this climax is in Chicago. And I'm watching, I'm like, damn, you know, on the one hand, all of these animals, really? Chicago's what you're destroying? And on the other side, really? Like, you're fighting this hard for Chicago?
Hey, don't insult Chicago like that. Chicago's pretty good.
Commissioner, did you play Rampage as a kid?
I did. The video game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. I played that so much. I love that game.
Lots of punching buildings.
There was. And I was really a big fan of, like, the angle down punching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At the top
that
of
was
the
play.
Like, that was like, you just punch down and just make sure you didn't grab the toxic chemicals.
That was what?
It
was Ralph and Lizzie and
Wolfie, I believe.
Oh, no, it was George.
Is it George?
It's George.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was George. George was the monkey. That's right.
George is like the main character in the movie Rampage. Along with, of course, Dwayne Johnson. George knows sign language and just uses it to talk mad shit.
Of course he does.
I keep waiting for the old-timey video game well to run so far dry that we're going to make a movie version of the Atari 2600 game Venetian Blinds, which consists of making the Venetian blinds go up and down.
I remember this.
They were showing off the controller.
We got to put that in the chat.
So yeah, the reason I mention this is because this time of year, it's a tradition that the Twitter account at 1996ID4 tweets out the plot of Independence Day in real time, which always just makes me happy. One of my favorite gimmick accounts on Twitter. And go ahead.
Jordan, there is something that you forgot to do.
Introduce people. Mm-hmm. Fine. As always, I'm Jordan. What was that, Beth?
I'm making the Venetian blinds go up and down.
Oh, there you go. And with me tonight, as always, I have Kamish, Beth, Pick Girl, and Arthur. Now I'm still going to talk about this thing, so don't forget. Basically, this Twitter account tweets the whole plot of the movie Independence Day, and it's glorious. And we got brought into it today. This was not planned. This was not anything, but a tweet. According to Sickos Committee, the annual Nathan's Hot Dog eating contest set for this 4th of July has been postponed. Defending champ Ed Cratchy was at Fort Bliss in El Paso, so a new champion was expected to be crowned. No longer. There we go. We're part of the story.
That has to be such a mountaintop moment for you, Jordan.
It's just so funny. It's just so, I mean, I tweeted about it this morning just because I like this account so much. And now, y'all, I don't know if I ever told you one of my things is I love really bad disaster movies. Like Roland Emmerich is my man.
Moonfall?
Yeah.
Jordan, you didn't have to tell us this. We knew.
I know. But like Independence Day was like one of my first that I remember. I saw it in theaters. Like I remember this movie.
Don't call Independence Day bad.
My 7th grade marching band show, my very first year in marching band, was the Superman remake that came out that year and Independence Day.
Oh,
Independence Day is a classic of cinema. Don't at me.
it is.
Wait, so I have a question.
All the
here.
tropes. Yes, sir.
So the tweet mentioned is this like reference in the movie? Because I haven't seen it in a few years, and is that specific detail actually in the movie, or did they make that up?
No.
They just made that up.
Okay, they just made that up. Okay, so I'm so they probably got Fort Bliss because that's where Joey Chestnut is going to be on July 4th.
And that dude is the dude that won the hot dog eating contest in 1996.
Yeah.
By the way, I have found
really researched this.
I have found good God, I have found CNN's 1996 webpage about this. He ate. Hold up. Don't look it up yet.
7
Don't look it up
hot
yet.
dogs.
Yeah, like let's see. What was the record?
Okay, here's the question.
I'm going to say like 37.
Sight unseen, do you think I could beat this person in a hot dog eating contest?
It feels like it. The answer is 22.
Yes.
Wow.
Bless you, Arthur.
22 in 10 minutes is still a lot. Like,
It
It's
is.
still a lot, but my
I
money's
know
on
it
Beth.
pales in comparison to the feats of Joey Chestnut, but like I could not do that.
It just
22.
seems right. Like we're celebrating 22. This is like looking back when.
This is like before the 4-minute mile.
Yeah, right. Like man could never
Before
run
the
a
forward pass.
Yeah.
This person ran an 8.740.
Okay, I'm going to read this sentence from this CNN article in 1996, and I want you to help me unpack it. The Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest has been held each year since Nathan's opened in 1916, except for 1939, 1940, and 1941, when it was canceled to protest the war in Europe.
And then they put it back on. You know,
Okay,
actually,
what
that
are-
kind of makes sense.
What are we protesting? This is my question.
The Nazis, I would hope.
Yeah,
But-
I mean,
But you, so you,
Yeah,
That
that
is-
was not really.
that's not how I read it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
This
oh,
is
we
the-
shouldn't be fighting these Germans. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
For how long
Pre-Pearl
in
Harbor
Nathan's history
especially.
did they call them Frankfurters? Because I feel like that's going to answer our question.
Oh, this page is adorable because there is a 1.1 megabyte QuickTime movie link that no longer exists.
Perfect. No codex.
I dropped that link in the chat. Y'all need to click on that real fast and just see this webpage because it is absolutely
Wait.
glorious.
so
Oh my
96,
God.
right?
Yeah.
96, there was 22 hot dogs. This is essentially golf before Tiger Woods came.
Yes.
Okay.
This
So
this is like basketball. This is like basketball when it was all white guys.
Oh man, this is CNN Interactive. I miss that thing.
It's really
Oh.
all of this is just
Can,
well. So
just
someone
take a
asked,
moment and take a look at your navigation bar on the left because it is a joy.
"Oh, is that a navigation
It
bar?"
absolutely is.
Holy, this guy that won,
Yeah,
God, he looks like Jeff Garland.
he does.
By the
From
way, if
Curb
you
Your
want to see some
Enthusiasm.
absolutely broken HTML, click on anything on there.
Oh yeah, no, it's these are like this is like an image map, okay? But kids, there used to be these things called image maps where they would literally like layer HTML over an image so you could click on it and it would go to the right place.
And they did a bad enough job on this that 7.4 main page thing isn't a link. You have to go below it on the stick. Oh, Web 1.0, I miss you.
People asked us, what do you think the Sickos Committee would look like in 1996? Like, how would we get our information out?
Oh, like this.
Yeah.
GeoCities website for sure.
Yeah.
I can't remember when live journals started.
See, I feel like, would we have had a live journal or
99.
Or would we have had a Zynga?
I think that might have been too recent too.
Zynga? Was this the same time?
I honestly, I think we might just have like print stuff out and like distribute it. Like it wouldn't be like
zine?
nice. Right, like it wouldn't be like professionally published, but like we'd have like someone would have like, I don't know, like a print quote or something. I don't know. I mean, 1996 was when I was born, so I don't really.
So here's my
know
question:
what the technology was back then.
Would we have had a website, or would we have just basically walked in and hostile taken over an AOL chat room?
That too, yeah, absolutely.
And just basically just lived in there.
Definitely the second one, because that's basically what we did in the first place.
Could
Yeah.
we change the sound from AOL of like "you've got mail" to like "yes, haha, yes"?
You could do that at any point. It was really easy.
It was, right?
Yeah. No, that was an option.
You would just create a WAV file.
I had the
silly bracket drop.
I had the sound for my instant messages. I had the sound of a Star Trek communicator opening.
I had the sound of the moment in Monty Python when the dude gets shot with an arrow and goes, "Message for you, sir."
Bet you that was real funny the 400th time you heard it.
It really was. I laughed at that for an amount of time that I'm embarrassed to admit now.
I love this.
They got the actual person who won it in 1996, but they also said Fort Bliss, and I want to tell you where they got that from.
Okay.
Because that is where Joey Chestnut will be on the 4th of July. He's going to Fort Bliss in El Paso. He is going to compete against the troops. So if for all of like the memes about like, oh, I bet that if the troops wanted to, they could, get a team together. So it's going to be Joey Chestnut versus 4 soldiers. And whoever eats the most wins. So there's 4 of them,
like added together
total. Yes.
Okay. Is it one from each branch? From each branch, or
I don't know. I'm not super familiar with what all is at Fort Bliss.
I'm sorry, Beth. How many branches of the military are there?
I mean, as many as you want there to be. I'm a Merchant Marines truther.
There's 7. Thank you very much.
I'll sit over here and hum Semper Paratus if you need me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to read this quote from the AP article about this. Chestnut said he'll do a practice routine Friday, then ingest oils to, quote, make sure there's a clean highway, there won't be any traffic jams, unquote, in his digestive system before heading to Fort Bliss, the sprawling desert army base that's home to the 1st Armored Division. It will be his first visit to El Paso. Maybe I'll get on a tank, he said.
Question. Is it worse for your digestive system to be a professional hot dogsman or to be a wrestler?
I don't know. This
is not a question I want an answer to.
Because all I'm thinking about now is him eating a hot dog and it flying out the other end at speed.
Yo, dog, I heard you like intestines, so I put some intestines in your intestines.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the wrestler would have to be, because the wrestler's the entire body, essentially, I would say. It'd be harder. And then you travel way more.
That's true.
And you're like it's WrestleMania Sunday night.
Well, I was thinking like the wrestling type where you have to like make weight all the time.
Oh,
and
okay.
So you're constantly like destroying yourself.
Roman wrestling.
Or just wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Not
wrestling.
But I'm sure wrestling also seems like it would be pretty bad for your body.
Yes.
None of these are great choices for your long-term health.
No, not at all.
Apparently back in 1996, they were dipping hot dog in water as well.
Okay.
They'd already started this thing.
Like I said, they just got rid of the wood clubs in golf. And they started to have like some drivers with metal. Then Tiger Woods came along. And that's basically what Joey Chestnut did for competitive eating. So they started taking it easy. I mean, taking it seriously, not easy, Jesus. Taking it really seriously and just devoting their entire lives to something like this, which I think Joey has demonstrated that he is doing that to make the runway clear, so to speak.
And like, to be clear, this guy is just a dude, okay? Apparently he
is
like
very much not just a dude. He is the most decorated American competitive eater of all time.
He was just a dude at some point. It wasn't like Joey Chestnut where like he's like the name everywhere.
Oh, so like Joey Chestnut wasn't winning like the U.S. Hot dog amateur or anything like that?
No, I don't believe so.
He took him the crown in Hot Dog Little League.
Is there collegiate eating?
No, isn't it? Wouldn't Hot Dog Little League be competitive cocktail weenie eating?
How many Little Smokies can you get down?
The Little Smokies Little World Series, Little League World Series in Williamsport.
Only it's all pigs in a blanket. You see people just like dunking crescent rolls.
They, there is opportunity to have other events at the Little League World Series when the Little League World Series is not occurring.
Oh God!
This could be a boon to scenic South Williamsport.
Here we go. Ed Cratchy, by the way, all they describe him as a 350 pound NYNEX, which is apparently a telephone company engineer. That's like the entirety of his.
That is actually just a guy. Okay.
Yeah, no, like he's just a guy.
There's a Facebook page for the National Collegiate Competitive Eating Association, as well as a really weird-looking logo, and their last post on Facebook was in 2012. So if y'all want, we can start ourselves a competitive eating association.
Honestly, good for them for not being on Facebook.
Solid decision.
So we're celebrating America this week.
While we celebrate America this week, just before we move off today, the recording date, I would like to read into the record a tweet about another historically significant thing about today, Tuesday, July 2nd.
Yeah.
Beyond it, Houston having gotten nuked or whatever. Happy 161st anniversary to the most Aaron Sorkin moment in American history, a Bowdoin College rhetoric professor leading a bayonet charge to save the Union. We love Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain here on this podcast.
I forgot about that.
How could you forget Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain?
I don't know. I substituted it out for something else I didn't need to know.
We're not allowed to forget that here.
Never forget the 20th Maine. This is objectively the coolest thing that happened in the second, in the Second World War.
In the Second Civil War.
God, we're not there yet.
Are we?
Objectively the coolest thing that happened during the Civil War. Thank you.
Well, let's then talk about some things that are making us less proud to be an American. Hey, U.S. men's national team.
Why are you like this?
We got to get some things fixed before 2 years from now.
Oh, what's wrong?
Well, we need to fire everyone. That's the first problem. And then
you just got to bring back.
So
you got to bring back the step coach that stepped up.
So the number one thing that we don't like about the men's national team is the men's national team.
So if they could just fix all of that, that'd be great.
Huh.
The men's national team reminds me of a team that just hovers around the college football polls in like 20 to 25.
Yeah.
The ranking, and they just can never put it together. And no matter what it is, like they have like individual.
Oh God, I cheer for NC State as a country.
No. EDSBS already figured this out, or Banner Society.
Was it?
Tennessee.
Oh, God damn it. I
mean, Tennessee has stuff to fall back on.
They have a championship.
It's not recent.
We have
97, like they have stuff.
It feels like 98 is Tennessee, but I don't want to remember the 98 World Cup for the U.S.
Wait, is this us? This might be us. Hangs out.
I feel like the thing with the U.S., and I say this as someone who my main exposure to soccer is Football Manager. But like, I feel like the US is someone where you look at like, oh, they have all the resources. They like they should be X, but literally at no point in their history have they been this, right?
Yes.
Like, so I'm trying to think of a school like that where, it's something where it's like, like, wow, like there's only
Hey,
like they're the
Oregon.
only FBS game in town, or like they're
Oh,
only,
are
they
we
should be
are
better than this.
are
Like,
we sleeping giant UNC?
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's something like
Ah.
that where it's just like,
Ugh.
like on paper, if
Oh
you just
wait,
look at the
wait.
resources,
We have a World Cup bronze medal from 1930 something.
Yes,
So,
1930. I think.
so we might be Pitt.
Hey,
No, Pitt had
no,
way more recent success than that.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
The
yeah.
76 and,
national championship
hey.
in
and 80
1980.
and yeah, I mean,
Just absolutely took a sideswipe at you guys right there.
Honestly,
What are you
actually,
doing?
no.
Why are you
Well,
doing?
we're a good
Yeah, what are
sister.
you doing?
So anyway,
Shame. You have dishonored Happy Rock.
here's what I'm saying, right? The US, like, we have the resources, right? Like, theoretically, like, the money's there, the
mhm.
population is there, like
Okay.
like, we should be able, a country of
We're
what,
we're
300
in the
some
Power
million
4.
people,
We're in
like,
the Power 4,
we
yeah.
should be able to find players, and
Mhm.
then we should be able to figure out how to put those players in position to win.
Yeah.
So my comp here is Texas A&M, right? In that it's like,
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
more
Yeah.
than any other school, I think Texas A&M is like, like, yeah,
Oh
they
wait.
have the money. They
And they're
have, like,
national titles in the
theoretically they should
1930s.
be, but
I-
like they're just not.
Let me double check the exact year because it might. Well,
1939. I
okay.
got that
Yeah,
memorized.
it's not quite
Yeah.
1-to-1, and we don't have a
Close.
very good dog. But I mean, like, and also I feel like it's kind of a similar thing to Texas A&M in that I think to the rest of the world, it's pretty funny when we lose. Like when Texas A&M loses, I think there's some humor there because of how,
To
like,
to
what
everybody
people
else, yes,
perceive as
except
like the
A&M fans.
resources that they have. And I was saying, like, and I've said this a lot, that I feel kind of weird for Texas A&M fans because I feel like they're the only team in college football that gets like big heel energy without actually winning. Like, when Alabama fans, when everyone's happy that y'all lose, it's okay because like you've seen a lot of national titles in your life, right? Like, even a school that maybe doesn't win quite as much, like Auburn or Florida or something like that, where it's like, okay, like you have national titles you can fall back on. You've probably experienced some highs in your time as a fan, unless you're really young. But like Texas A&M, everyone knows how much money you have, and y'all love to talk about that. But you're probably the only school in college football that people love to laugh at, that like you don't actually have the success to fall back on.
They like A&M has a bunch of different like traditions. Do we have that for like the
Oh
United
no,
States men's
we
team?
have no traditions.
I mean, that's
Well, I mean, I know
that's
we
where
have
it
like
doesn't work.
the American Outlaws. We have
But that's all within the last like 25 years.
yeah, that's not anything.
I also kind of hate the Outlaws thing. It feels like a creative team.
It does.
I mean, yes.
I am a paying member, but I agree with you.
Oh, okay. But like, no, I can see the A&M like comparison. I kind of feel like I can see that a good bit. But there was times that there's been like some moments of brilliance, like some like shining moments where maybe you can get to like a New Year's bowl game, but you were kind of dormant for like the longest.
Mhm.
Are
Maybe
we?
no
I would
national title though, you know?
I would like to posit, and this is not perfect either because this is not a Power 5 team.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, actually, I have a better thing to posit. I was originally going to suggest that we might be UConn.
For a second there, I thought that realignment had just happened. Like, it just popped up on your screen, and you were like, "Oh, they're Power 5 now."
No, I was originally going to suggest that we were UConn because, like, but no, I think the better example here is that perhaps if you look at this, and it's not a football team, it's a basketball team thing. Perhaps we're South Carolina. South Carolina women's basketball, good.
Yeah.
U.S. women's national team, good. South Carolina men's basketball, question mark?
Are we Wisconsin?
That's
mean,
good too. I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
I had mine. Mine's the O.
Yours is Oregon.
We're Oregon. We got lots of money. We're throwing it at it, and it ain't happened. No, we are not. We are not as plucky as Kansas State is, though.
No.
Also, our women's team has championships,
Oh,
unlike
that is true.
K-State.
That is true.
Okay, all right.
K-State has no championships in any team sport. Ouch!
Well, except crop judging, but yes. And meat animal evaluation.
So like opposite. So I said A&M already, but I do appreciate your point that like a lot of
Yes, I know Virginia Tech is the other team that doesn't have any team.
what I would say is like American football culture does feel like very manufactured and very recent, and I feel like there are schools like that, but you know, at this like none of the schools that are that new in terms of like their tradition and culture, I feel like none of them also
Jordan.
No,
like
I saw that
big
go on.
money,
Don't
like
say
old
it.
money.
I'm just
Say it.
saying.
Say
I
it.
mean, hit the button, Arthur. We're
Are we perhaps a nation of Hilton night managers?
Are we UCF?
okay.
They can claim
Better.
a national title.
Oh, that's true. Never mind.
Like that's what I'm saying. I was trying to think of like a new money, but I feel like
Who
all
has-
of the like
Who has a
new
bunch
money
of conference
teams-
titles that used to get dominated by their rivals, but now is starting to take some of that back from their rivals? You know?
Louisville, kind of.
Whoa.
They don't have rivals.
No.
Yeah, they do. The NCAA.
It kind of feels like we're Oklahoma State a little bit.
Or Houston.
Mm. There's a lot of comparables for the US.
But here's the problem, y'all. All these teams you've mentioned
Yeah.
are more fun to watch than the U.S. men's national team, and this is the problem.
That's true.
That was my
Oklahoma
argument for
State's
why it was
awesome.
us.
I
love Oklahoma State so much. Man.
I watched this U.S. team play 2.5 bad games of soccer. Luckily, I was feeling like crap, and I fell asleep before the Uruguay game started because that game was filmed from the fucking Goodyear blimp. They were
the
using
Goodyear blimp
the high
tweeted
camera.
it wasn't them.
They were using the high camera, and what is this? A game for ants?
The Goodyear blimp tweeted. It was so bad. The Goodyear blimp, which I forgot we followed,
Yeah, we do.
tweeted that it was not them. I'm like, sure, blame the other blimps.
So
Goodyear.
it was like that for the entire game?
No,
They flipped it.
we cyberbullied them as much as possible. That the CONMEBOL, which is basically the South American Confederation, they moved the cameras from the upper camera to the lower camera, where you would essentially see like the Chiefs football games.
It's Akron, right? Is it Akron the one that has
Infocision Stadium? It is Akron that has that.
The seat pitch at Akron is about, having been to Infocision,
Yeah.
the seat pitch at Akron's about like this.
Okay, I remember
ULM
this.
can get you that
Pit
too.
Girl is holding her hands nearly vertical.
Yes. I was there and it was raining, and the rain was coming off the upper deck in sheets
I love it.
because the seat pitch is about straight up.
ULM has that one side where the cameras are, and the press box is ridiculously high up too.
Gotcha.
So like them and Akron have that really incredible high camera angle, but they're able to zoom in pretty well for ULM games. Akron games, not so much.
No,
So you
Akron
get that
games, I
Maction-
absolutely remember this. Yeah.
The Maction in Akron, and it's just like, it is dizzying heights.
I just
it's
noticed the
crazy.
goalie. He blended in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
This was,
Where's the ball?
right. That was most of the problem, is that you couldn't see any of this. I watched some clips from it. It was almost impossible to follow anything, which is impressive.
Has Fox could they maybe have tried to like
Oh no,
like a laser on the
The
ball?
glow
so you can see
puck!
it?
the glow puck.
I missed that.
Somebody
my
made the
God.
tweet. I think it was Jason Shear from
Thank you for that,
Arizona.
Arthur.
Arizona is like, yeah, you remember they had the glowing puck? They may need to do this for the ball. And Fox, this entire time, Fox was like, this is not us.
It's the
We
world
didn't do
feed.
this. This is the world feed. this is not us. We don't have this choice. Like they kept saying like, don't blame Fox. And like Stu Holden was adamant about this. And it was ridiculous for the first 40 minutes. It was tough to watch, period.
God, I forget how stupid the glowing puck looks. That image just makes me smile.
Well, especially because nowadays it looks so much better. And back then it looked just like a 14-year-old theater tech trying to keep a spotlight on someone.
It looks like they're playing with a fucking koosh ball.
I have put a dot here with the little pen thing for my iPhone Photos app editor.
Yeah. It was tough. Honestly,
it was hard to watch.
It was very difficult to watch. We got off a lot of jokes. I was able to tweet the Sickos guy from space. Jordan wasn't necessarily awake for this, but I watched the entire game with my kiddo, and he was. It was some questionable refereeing, I'll say that. But, it was all for naught because Panama still won no matter what would happen if they would have got a draw. The U.S. didn't score anything. It was tough. There's going to be some decisions about the coaching team. I don't necessarily want to like get into the weeds on that. But again, if we ever could do this full time, there will be like a soccer sickos or sicko soccer or at something like that on Twitter, which I mean the name could possibly already be reserved and it's just inactive. So it could be there already.
Y'all heard us talk about this. Like we enjoy this, but
we love world soccer.
College
like, so
football.
much.
College football is already such a massive goddamn thing.
Yeah.
And you guys appreciate the way that we eat this watermelon, right? You guys are like, oh, you're the Sickos committee, or we eat this chicken. You eat every piece of meat off the chicken, right?
Yeah.
Like we eat everything.
We are unhinging our jaw and swallowing the watermelon whole like a very, very large egg-eating snake.
If we go into soccer, that is the only way in which I know to do it. And I would be sitting here talking about how Vanuatu lost the Oceania final, New Zealand.
How dare they?
But you know what?
While sitting on the roof watching the game.
That was awesome.
Shout out to Vanuatu, the country flag that I had to draw in 5th grade social studies that I've never forgotten.
That's country. Right, yeah.
That's right.
Okay, so if we're not talking about the U.S. coaching thing, anything interesting in anyone's heart about the European matches? Fun one today.
The European matches, I'm just going to say this, period. There have been 9 own goals in the Euro tournament.
Wait, what did I say?
It has been...
Check the chat.
Oh my god. Is that a snake eating an egg?
That is an egg-eating snake.
That was an egg-eating snake. Jesus Christ.
Why there?
That is us consuming the watermelon that is coming.
Right.
No.
That's also what it looks like when I try to eat an egg.
I thought the Netherlands today.
Wait, Beth, if you ate an entire raw egg, but it did not crack inside of you, would it kill you still?
I don't know. I don't want to find out.
Oh, don't.
I mean, you can eat a raw egg without dying.
Hey, you know what? Beth's allergic.
Beth can't. But
she's allergic though.
No, but I'm saying, Beth. I am coming to visit. You just need a trust buddy to do this with, and I'm the trust buddy.
I will put my life in Jordan's hands. This will be fine.
Answer.
I mean, you kind of did it with Tubby at the Mayo Bowl.
They don't call me doctor for any reason.
I really hope he's not wearing his banana slug shirt at the same time.
Oh, just jamming an EpiPen into your heart. That's where it goes, right? First off, England bullshitted their way through past Slovakia.
Oh,
every England fan is in shambles and ready to toss Gareth Southgate out the Southgate. And
there was a joke on Twitter that said that since he subbed on Ivan Toney in the 94th minute in stoppage time, which like a minute later they get the bicycle kick tying goal. I've seen it on Reddit. I've seen it on Twitter. They said that Ocean's Gate makes better subs than Southgate.
Okay.
Holy crap!
Okay.
Woo!
Wowzers!
Look! The English folks do take soccer a little seriously, and their media is ridiculous.
way meaner than ours. Yes.
No, they are. I mean, it is absolutely toxic over there in England, and I can see why they never win, because the conversation is just depressing from like the beginning part is how we're gonna lose, and then it just goes further from like, how can we lose in the most depressing fashion ever? Like,
one of my good friends said, I've never seen a coach do so little with so much. Basically, the idea that he is making the sum of the parts worse somehow.
Yeah, I mean, there's players that are out of position. He played one player, which I'm not thrilled with this, but Bukayo Saka, he played him on the right wing back, and then moved him to the left wing back in the same game. And then
I mean, you got to keep the opposition on their toes.
Yeah.
They've got like one of their best attacking presences is like, let's move them to play defense. But again, I am not. It's probably the Arsenal bias showing, but still, they're trying to blame that player too. And I'm like,
no, we're not doing that.
What? We're not doing that. Get that out of here.
Well,
it's the coach.
We do need to talk about, going forward, realignment day, because we have passed the threshold of July 1.
Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yes, Bobby Bonilla Day.
Happy Bobby Bonilla Day to all who observe.
That was a lot of dongs.
Getting his 300 billion dongs. That's a lot of fucking dong.
That's a lot of fucking dong.
Oh,
look at all that tweet. I didn't even think about that. That's how many they still owe. They're indebted in dongs to Bobby.
We just need to schedule that tweet forever.
Yeah.
So here's what we have. We have Oklahoma and Texas moving to the SEC. SMU joining the ACC. Kennesaw State joining Conference USA.
Yes.
And Army joining the American in football only.
Yes.
But then due to contract issues, August 1, we're getting Cal and Stanford to the ACC.
Yes.
We're getting the Pac-12 schools to the Big 12, Arizona State, Colorado, Utah. It'll be more fun with all of them. And then on October 2nd, we get the Pac-12 schools that are going to the Big 10.
August 2nd.
August. Thank you. That would be
Although it would be very funny if it was in the middle of football season.
It would be hilarious.
And they had to play half of their schedule in the wrong conference. That would be so good.
We also have some FCS/D1 non-football movement. We have Stephen F. Austin. They are back in the Southland again.
Which is nice.
And UTRGV, who still doesn't have a football program, will in 2 years, is going to be... next year, sorry, yes. They're playing a exhibition schedule this year.
Yep.
But they will be playing... They were in the WAC, then they were in the UAC Alliance Conference, and now they're in the Southland. They've been in 3 conferences before they've started playing football. So that's always fun. There's a lot of movement in the smaller stuff. We'll get into that later on. Not tonight, but other times. SMU social media was popping off, and apparently their folks follow us, so that's great. Because SMU had pictures of the horse's name is not Peony.
Peruna.
The mascot Peruna leading around the other ACC mascots, through the highlights of North Texas.
You got to do the voice.
And that's why I was like, hey, did you know the Texas Rangers won a World Series? So they were there. And then, when I mean all the mascots, they were all there.
Hey, Oski, you want to be best friends?
Yeah. So, first off, Florida State brought a cheerleader, not their awful costume mascot. And then
not the horse.
And then they brought a lady leprechaun.
Oh,
leprechauns leprechauns can be ladies too. Who knew? They didn't make her put on a beard. I was actually hoping that was the case. I was like, maybe they'll make her put on the beard.
I learned that leprechauns could be ladies in the Disney Channel classic Luck of the Irish.
Yeah, that was a classic, all right.
It was classically something.
Oh yeah.
So they're showing them that of course that's not in Dallas. They're showing them around Cowboy Stadium, and then at some point they have them out, and it was just Otto the Orange, Oski from Cal, and the Stanford Tree, and then Peruna. They were at SMU Stadium just being like, look at us, we're chilling out. They did TikTok videos. And the Stanford Tree said something about it. And I tweeted the Stanford Tree and go, I hope they got you out of there before it hit 100 degrees. And the tree's response to me, my contacts say no. So they were dying out there in fucking heat. Y'all, Pig Girl, Arthur, the ACC family mascot tree has gotten weirder. Y'all married into some weird folks.
Yeah, I'm excited to have the tree.
Well, so here's my question about all these mascots, right? Did they have SMU enter the conference on a different day than Cal and Stanford just for the logistics of like getting the mascots to Texas and then getting them out to California?
That would be funny. I thought you were going to say it was going to be like where was it World War II, where they gave each general a different starting day so that they would all line up properly.
Mm-hmm.
So that technically SMU is more senior in the conference. And if all conference members above them die, they're next in command, I believe.
This almost sounds like a Roman consulship where we can't command the troops on the same day.
Exactly. We have to take turns. Roman consul SMU. That just feels very correct. I don't know.
Correct is a word choice there.
Cincinnatus, we've never needed you more.
So there was the big Texas party. Texas had their big thing. Pitbull was there. They had the first drone show with pyro in North America, I believe, or maybe in all the Americas.
That's patently false. I've seen my neighbors shoot drones out of the sky.
I noticed we used to have them in our neighborhood, but I kind of wonder what happened to them. Now I'm thinking that's what happened.
Yeah. But did you guys see the drone show? It was.
No.
It just looks like, I'm just going to find a clip of it real fast. The pyro,
it's pretty nice. It's coordinated. I mean, it's just like,
but like the pyro is like not what you think it is. Let me find.
No, it's nothing like. It's not exploding drones or anything like that.
No, that's what I want. I wanted something. Here we go. It's just like raining like sparklers.
Yeah,
it's in the shape of a longhorn. That's cute.
It looks like it's melting.
Wait, they beveled themselves with pyro.
Yeah, they kind of did.
Aggie's going to get pissed.
Does it move? Hold up. Oh, it moves. There we go. Oh, it says Texas and it rotates.
No, it says Saxit.
But anyways, they had a pyro and drone
Now
show,
it says Texas.
and they did all that, and they had Pitbull, and they already had shirts that said it just means more with Texas colors.
Ew.
Can we bevel things with pyro from now on?
Yeah. I can go buy a bunch of sparklers. Y'all, I'm in Texas. We don't there are technically fireworks laws, but I just gotta get city limits.
I live like right outside the city limits.
Yeah, you'd have to probably one down your street.
Like, seriously, I could walk to like 7 fireworks stands from my house. Like we're on the farm to market road, which again, that's a weird concept for me, but it's like the road that just says farm to market and then there's a number, but we're on that farm to market road, just like a little bit off of it, and on that road itself is just fireworks stands, just ridiculous amounts of fireworks stands. There's like church fundraiser fireworks stands, then there's like the corporate fireworks stand. Then there's the fancy fireworks stand that's like indoor with air conditioning.
Yeah, so no, I have a question. Okay, back up. Do you guys have fireworks stores?
Yes, I was just about to get to this. Because you are talking to 3 Pennsylvanians.
Things have gotten weird up here.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. We love our fireworks here.
Yes. So, Commish, Jordan, have either of you driven into Pennsylvania from another state?
Yes.
Yes.
There is a thing in the first exit in Pennsylvania on every major interstate that you may not have noticed. Would you care to guess what it is?
A giant fireworks store.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay,
For
awesome.
a very long time, Pennsylvania was the only state in the Northeast that sold the good fireworks.
Yeah.
Until like maybe 5 years ago, you
Yeah.
could not buy the good fireworks if you were a resident of Pennsylvania.
Yep.
The fireworks stores existed to sit 500 yards off the border and sell the good shit to people from New York and Maryland.
Yep.
But they're legal now.
For a while, the largest fireworks manufacturer in the country was in Pennsylvania, selling right on the border.
This reminded me of something that happened kind of funny to me, and I didn't even think about this. But when I went to Salt Lake, and then I drove up to Pocatello from Salt Lake, which is basically as soon as
I bet Idaho. Fuck ton.
No. As soon as I'm about to cross the border, like you're talking about fireworks, it's like the nearest lottery place.
Oh yeah.
To Utah, and I'm like just jonesing from like, I think like Utah State is probably like the closest to the border. Like driving from Logan to just get to the border of Idaho to buy some scratch offs. It's very funny. It's a huge billboard too. It was hilarious.
I did throw some pictures of the kinds of fireworks stores that exist like right outside our city limits around here. They are the more permanent ones. There are also sheds. Like they come in all flavors throughout the state.
Big time.
And I was just wondering. I didn't know what. I remember having to go to different states. No, New Hampshire sold us fireworks. New Hampshire was, surprise. New Hampshire, very fine with fireworks.
You mean the live free and die state is cool with selling you explosives?
No one's surprised by this.
Yeah, this is a standard PA fireworks purveyor.
Okay. Yeah.
But then we have everything from there down to like, here's ye old fireworks tent, like the one that's behind my family's beer distributor. So
yeah, at least in this area of Pennsylvania, they tend to post up in grocery store parking lots.
We have several that are Spirit Halloween some of the year and fireworks.
I bet you they are.
Part of the
year.
Yeah,
they are.
I've always wondered if there's a day where it can be both. I would like a sexy nurse costume that explodes.
The bazongas just go boom. Can I use the word bazongas? Is that word allowed?
You just did.
Or did woke come for bazongas too?
Now I'm just thinking of Marge Simpson.
Can't say bazongas anymore because of woke.
I mean, we're saying bazongas. Not only are we saying bazongas, like I'm pretty sure bazongas are going to be in the show title this episode.
Great big bazongas.
Whoa, look at those magumbos.
I just have to say that out loud so I hear it when I go back and edit this. Because otherwise I won't remember.
Okay, it's time to commit. 2024 is the year for prioritizing yourself. Begin your new smile journey with Byte, and you could start seeing results in just 2 to 3 weeks. Just order your at-home impression kit today for only $14.95 at Byte.com. Byte clear aligners are doctor-directed and delivered to your door. Treatment costs thousands less than braces. Plus, they offer financing options, accept eligible insurance, and you can pay with your HSA FSA. Get 80% off your impression kit when you use code WONDERY at Byte.com. That's BYTE.com. Start your confidence journey today with Byte.
Explore the endless bounds of space with all new LEGO building sets. From engineering wonders like LEGO Technic NASA Apollo Lunar Roving Vehicle to astronaut dog walkers, there is a perfect LEGO set for everyone on Earth. First launched in 1978, space sets have been igniting people's curiosity through the ultimate creative medium of LEGO bricks. Their newest collection is sure to propel the wonder for exploration and adventure across the galaxies. Be inspired by LEGO sets that are out of this world. Visit Amazon.com/LEGO Space to see the full collection.
The other funny part of all this conference realignment is all the ACC teams having to post the exact same graphic as a welcome to the ACC, when several of those people are trying to get the fuck out of there. Stanford Tree account, once again, absolutely doing great, because when Florida State posted this, Stanford Tree comes in underneath and goes, "Aren't you suing us?" Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Yeah, bring that fire.
Great. Bring it. It's bring that fire, the fireworks. What does the thing say? It says greatness is becoming greater. And it's in every single like school color, and then it says ACC accomplish greatness.
Go, Beth. Talk it out, Beth. I know it's in your head. Talk it out.
I hate the font that they chose
Yeah.
with every fiber of my being. It looks like a more serify version of Impact that they have done like the torn page effect at the bottom of the top line and the top of the bottom line, and then they're also doing the same effect on the outside. Like,
they used a page rip texture, but not in a page rip, and so it looks like yep. Oh, I thought you were gonna complain about the phrasing of greatness is becoming greater.
Oh no, I hate that too. Like it's all bad. Everything is bad. Accomplished greatness. Ugh.
This is ugly. This is also ugly specifically because Miami's colors evoke nothing more or less to me than like a discount store having a really big sale. Something about the green and orange is Ollie's is having a sale. Ollie's Bargain Market has never used green or orange in its marketing.
No,
and
but
yet
it does have that vibe. I agree.
This is Ollie's. This is like that kind of like, oh shit, like Ocean State Job Lot.
Y'all want an army
fucking
cot?
sale.
Y'all want 90 army cots?
We got 90 army cots. The University of Miami is here to sell you surplus. I think I have offended Kamish.
No, it's like I grew up in New Orleans, and then like my mom is from the Miami area, so like these colors are kind of like ingrained in me. Like, I mean, it's purple, green, and gold in New Orleans, and then like the Miami colors, like the green and the orange, the hurricane orange, just yeah, they're kind of ingrained in me. So that had to be like a really specific Pennsylvania thing, which is fine.
To be clear,
Yeah.
none of the stores that I listed use green and orange in their marketing or for sales.
It just feels
it
that
just
way.
feels that way.
Yeah.
It does have a big feeling of liquidation sale sign.
Everything must go.
The liquidation sales that we would get in New Orleans were kind of Georgia Tech colors.
Oh yeah,
it was like yellow and black. There was a lot of that. It was either like I mean, really like something to jump out on the page. You could kind of see like maybe some red involved, maybe some white, maybe some Louisville colors, like for like liquidation sales or, but yeah, there was, cause like you try to stay away from like the Mardi Gras colors in New Orleans, but yeah, if it was in a different city to try to change up the colors, yeah, in Pennsylvania, there's really not too much green and orange used in any logos in that state.
The other big college football-y thing this week, besides them talking about Dynasty Mode and the new game, but people are going to go over that a bunch. We'll get there later on.
Hey, did you see Clemson was in the MAC?
We're going to have the first week of this, y'all, is going to be people tagging us in screenshots of like, I put Alabama in the Mountain West. Like it's just going to be that for a week. So just emotionally,
I deleted from the game and inserted Northwestern State, the Demons.
Fine. Upgrade,
I'd
really.
Probably do that, yeah.
But the Mountain West has found another TV home.
Hell yeah.
With TNT, with True TV. So now that little chart they always post of Google searches for where is True TV, it always has a bump in March, is going to have a little tiny bump.
A tinier
From the people who brought you the OJ trial, we bring you the Mountain West.
Hey, I mean, we're going to see if anyone can catch the Broncos.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right.
Are they actually playing on True TV? I don't know if they have.
No, I have like the breakdown.
don't.
I don't think Boise State is not playing.
Not on True TV.
And then you could make like a Vegas joke.
Or Hawaii. I fucking wish Hawaii would be on there.
God,
Hawaii, I assume is not on there because of their pre-existing.
It has to be, but that annoys.
Gotta be. But these were the Mountain West games that were on streaming Mountain West Network, which you had to like physically type in something to get it if you're lucky to get it.
Yeah.
Like this was the wild game that I think was Utah State and James Madison last year.
Yes, that was
where like James Madison was up like huge, and then like Utah State was able to tie it, but James Madison able to win it.
The only people that were able to get that were the coaches on their phone.
Yeah, I remember James Madison coach
That's
holding
right.
up the
That's right.
replay
That's
on
right.
his
That's right.
freaking phone on the sideline.
I forgot about that. That was so good.
And he's now Indiana's head coach. He could just use the Big
I
Ten
forgot about
network.
that too. It's even better.
Yes, it's even better.
So they're going to put this on True TV and on Max, which is funny because they're starting to call things on Max being like, no, this is HBO, because changing it was a stupid idea.
I mean,
Yes.
you gotta just say that the platform formerly known as HBO Max,
Yeah.
or just say HBO Max. Like, no one's gonna not know what you mean.
Y'all, they put 5 San Jose State games on here. That means that those 5 games were probably not going to be. They were all going to be on like Mountain West Network.
Yeah. But I love, because like as soon as they said they were going to put it on Max, I just went back to that old school HBO slogan.
It's not TV.
Like it's not college football.
It's
HBO.
It's Mountain West.
It's Mountain West. You know, I can't look. They put San Jose State on it 5 times. Like San Jose State, like I'm just looking at San Jose State's matchup. It's Sacramento State versus San Jose State. It's Kennesaw State versus San Jose State. It's Nevada versus San Jose State. It is Colorado State versus San Jose State. It is Fresno State versus San Jose State. Are you
The
kidding
milk
me?
can game?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Milk
Milk
game.
Can's Boise and Fresno.
Yeah. Whatever
San
game
Jose
this is. Yeah.
and I forgot what it was. There's a trophy though. Is it the Bell?
I don't know. I'm just looking at San Jose State's non-conference schedule because that seems just so soft. I'm trying to find like their big, like where you get punched in the face game.
The
And,
Battle for the Valley. That's what it is.
They
What's the
don't
trophy?
really have one. Their non-conference schedule is Sacramento State, Air Force, Kennesaw State. No, not Air Force. Never mind. That's not non-conference. So
No.
it's Sacramento State, Kennesaw State, and Washington State. Is that their whole schedule?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Anyways, they're not even
mean,
getting
they
the
made-
paycheck.
No, San Jose State, they got the new stadium. I love, I miss their stadium being under construction, I'll say that. But I love what they did with the one side of the stadium.
Yes.
And it's just basically like a practice facility along with like seemingly like some patio style suites where you can hang out, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty cool what they did, but I don't know why they put them on TV so much on that. So New Mexico is the second team, which New Mexico, they put New Mexico versus Fresno State on there, Air Force versus New Mexico versus Utah State, and New Mexico versus Wyoming.
Damn.
And all these games are on like Saturdays. Like I can see if maybe you drop one on like a Friday or something.
These are like, so most of these are like 7 o'clock prime time games too, or at least like prime time
7:30
East
p.m.
Coast. Yeah.
It's like 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Like 4 p.m. East Coast. Like 5 p.m. something Central, which is I'm just happy to have that. And then somebody replied to one of the tweets. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put this on the screen. Somebody replied, was like, don't lie. I was like, lie about what? Like, we watch a lot of Mountain West, and we will put this on another screen. Like, what are we like? Are they lying that they're not on True TV? I'm like, do you not know where you are? Are you lost? We are watching this. I don't care where it is. We're gonna find it and we're gonna watch it. That's what we do here. We watch it all.
Yep. Let's do our ads and then we'll get to our other independence things. As always,
yeah.
check out our link tree and our Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky profiles. We have a bunch of our offer codes there that you can use to get some discounts. Also, $5 a month, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/sickos committee. Patreon gets you access to our Discord, along with our special podcasts, including Commissioner's Corner, Yes, Rah, 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 Yes, and the Prairie View Chronicles. You also get access to things like our no context threads while we do podcasts, because there's lots of weird stuff in there as we just drop images for each other. We also have our merch store, sickoscommittee.org. Check it out. We're adding new things every week. And as we get closer to the season, we'll add even more.
That's all right. I just added a punt sticker today because somebody was upset that the only punt merchandise we had was the Live Laugh punt stemless wine glass
That Katie got.
I do think that the Live Laugh Punt stemless wine glass is the ultimate form of that particular merchandise line.
Yeah.
Become
Mhm.
a punt wine mom.
I told Katie, like, she got that glass, was like, you can't drink anything fancy out of that.
Oh no.
And she was like, only like Sutter Home wine.
Yes.
And I was like, that's a little too fancy for it.
Oh.
And she just replied, Boone's Farm. I'm like, yes, that's perfect.
I was thinking like Barefoot Pink Moscato.
Okay, Barefoot. I think Barefoot's below Sutter Home. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Maybe some Yellowtail. I don't know.
I'm just going to drink Bully Hill out of it, and I refuse to apologize to anyone.
See, here's where I'm going. MD 2020 is.
I knew Arthur was going
Yeah,
Mad
Not
Dog. And
wine, Arthur.
It literally is. It's
Yes.
fortified wine with
That's it.
flavors.
Arthur, you
Like
want to do
banana
that?
red.
That's fine. If you want to buy that DeRossi or whatever, that 7.5 gallon jug
The
of
jug.
like Chianti, that's all glass and it has
Yeah.
the weird tiny handle that it's very difficult to carry, that could do it too. And maybe some really, 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 really cheap sangria is perfect for that line.
Ooh, the Franzia box sangria.
Hell yes, I
Yeah.
love that stuff.
No, you
that's
drink
good,
that out the
yeah.
bag. You're just supposed to drink that out the bag, right?
That's true.
Writing
slap
live,
the
laugh,
bag.
punt in
Slap the
Sharpie on the back.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
White
you can
wine,
do it. You can do it at
Sharpie.
home. Well, no. Here's the other thing I want. It might not be cheap, but like celebrity, especially like NBA players.
Okay.
A lot of them have wines now.
Yes.
E40 has wine. I've never been able to try the E40 wine.
I've
I've
did
heard
try
Nicki
that.
Minaj's wine is really bad.
I think there was
That tracks.
so there was the Santana DVX champagne from
Yeah.
the Lonely Island. I got that for a one New Year's, and we just drank Santana DVX champagne just based off of a song for that. So that would be perfect for the live laugh punt glass.
Okay, wait. E40 has something called cotton candy sparkling champagne.
No, absolutely not.
Nope, bronies only. Mustn't.
Arthur, can you do the E40 voice?
I don't know if I want to do that here. There was one time I was at karaoke and this woman tried to do "I Don't Fuck With You" by Big Sean, and
God.
she got to the E40 verse and was like, "I can't do this," and she just like held out the mic, and so I did E40's verse for her.
Check our YouTube out. We have things there as well. Our Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out our Substack. Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to the places we refuse to go. And as always, the softest, comfiest collegiate licensed apparel, pants, shirts, hats, stuff for your kid too now.
Y'all, I'm so excited for that Gooey Duck shirt. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
Gotta
I
get
just
the
thought that
Enfield
we got
apparel.
to.
Emma Osprey shirt too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God! It's the golfing Osprey,
Mhm.
and the hole is Jacksonville.
I was hoping it would be the golfing Osprey,
Oh,
and
I'm
I am
so
immensely
excited.
pleased to
It
have
is.
been
It is the golfing.
Mhm.
I was like,
to be
maybe the blue
receiving the
one.
golfing Osprey.
It was the same
I
way
was
with the Gooey Ducks. When I looked at the shirts, I'm like, I want the green one. I want the green
Yeah.
one. I want the green one. Then I got the scent thing. I'm like, yes, the green one.
They nailed
They've
it with the
got a-
subscription.
We've got
Great.
a bunch of new shirts coming out this week. They're premiering
They had-
North Florida. With
They
the
had
Osprey.
disc OU.
Oh yes, they had Disco U, the old
Disco
OU
U.
interlock 3D one, which I really like that one.
Yes, which is awesome.
So as always with Homefield, if you've never ordered from them before, use offer code yes, yes, 3 ha's for 15% off your first order. And all I'm gonna tease is that we will have some fun stuff with them coming this fall.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do something special this fall.
Eyebrow
that we did,
wiggle, eyebrow
our-
wiggle.
Yeah.
Mm.
We had the Sicko Shirt Showdown. We
really good pick,
picked two
girl.
shirts. It was good.
Good eyebrow motion.
I do it for the listeners.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Kamish, you have promised us America stuff.
Did something just get thrown in at the last moment
Yes.
from a tweet,
Yeah,
breaking tweet?
I
Okay.
just want to mention this tweet. There's not a lot of talking we have to do about it.
No.
So this tweet was sent out by the Clarion Ledger,
Yes.
which is a newspaper, I believe, somewhere down south. I forget where.
The Clarion Ledger. It's based out of Mississippi. It's based out
Okay,
of
yeah, I was
Jackson,
gonna say
Mississippi.
it's an I know it's an SEC paper.
It is.
They tweeted and posted, I guess they posted an article, but the tweet is what's gaining traction. I'm just going to read you the text of the tweet.
Yes.
Okay. Archie Manning, Ole Miss football legend, dad of Eli Peyton, grandfather of Arch, is 75.
He's dead, right?
No.
No,
they
it's his
just-
birthday.
It's not.
No, it's not his birthday.
It's
not his
It was his
birthday.
His
birthday.
birthday
It
was
was his
6
birthday
weeks ago.
44 days
What
ago.
is this?
They just tweeted
44
that he's
44 days
75.
ago.
Oh my god.
It's not inaccurate.
This is like when I got the text about my grandma and it was a picture of her like with her eyes shut and someone said "Mom at peace" and I'm like,
Yes.
what?
No.
What?
Yeah, this was
Oh my
this was like
God.
I saw this from our friend Bunky Perkins. And he was like, "Hey man, maybe not talk about burying the lead." And like I saw Bunky's quote tweet, and I audibly gasped. I'm like, no. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, whew. But like, why would you tweet something like that? And his birthday is May 19th, 44 days ago.
It's a slow
just-
news day. Sometimes
It
just gotta.
made
We should
no
start.
sense.
We should start doing that for random people.
I'm kind of mad we didn't come up with it, but I'm like, oh boy.
Happy
yeah,
to steal
like
it.
our friend Alex McDaniel also, she just said the wildest thing about that tweet is Archie's birthday was last month. and it was May 19th. Like, just
That's
are you kidding
wild.
me?
That's wild.
And like,
2 months ago,
people
technically.
are just like doing like takes off of this tweet. It's like Archie leaves behind a loving family to go get the car. And it's just like for the love of God, why Clarion Ledger? Why?
And of course, shout out to 3-year Letterman's reply. He will be missed.
He will be missed.
Hey,
Won a
hey,
few
hey,
SEC
Hey,
championships.
3-year Letterman's book, by the way, I think is going to be free up until the 4th of July. When you guys listen to this, go get his book off Amazon. Help our man 3-year Letterman out.
Nicole Auerbach just like puts ... His birthday was on May 19th. Like 7 question marks. Just like, what the hell is this tweet?
Can we post things like I think our version of this is like Clemson is in the ACC or something like that, like realignment stuff that's not realignment.
We gotta figure something out. Like Clemson, the 1981 national champion. You know, just like something like that.
Yeah.
Or like post scheduling stuff that's already like on the calendar, like breaking news: Auburn and Alabama will play the Iron Bowl game this year.
I like that. I like that. I totally like.
Yeah,
I'll do like one of those text graphics with that too.
totally.
Kamish,
All right.
what are you trying? What is all this independence teams, whatever? Because we're gonna have to end with doing our American conference
Oh yeah,
battle royale.
we are proud to be an American. Where at least I know we'll tweet. Just basically.
Okay, that barely scanned. I'm barely giving you that one.
Okay, that's fine.
Barely scanned.
It barely scanned.
Barely.
Okay.
I thought it was funny.
Okay. Where I proudly stand up next to you. No.
Come on,
I
no.
had this thing in-
You said the third one, so say you got to finish a line
and
that
defend-
it has to rhyme.
and defend her still today. Yes. Okay. Ain't no doubt I love this land.
God bless Conference USA.
That's right.
Go on.
God bless Conference USA. Perfect. God bless Conference USA.
How have they not bought because they don't have the money to buy the rights to that song? That's why.
Yeah.
Lee Greenwood is still milking that.
Yeah.
Like he's never gonna stop milking that. And I think I may need to use Lee Greenwood in like one of our season previews. I have no idea which conference. Maybe Conference USA. Who knows? Or it could be the American. No idea. So it's this podcast is being released on July 4th. We talk about independence. We've already talked about the Independence Day, the movie earlier in the podcast. So I'm celebrating the national titles that people have won while being an independent since the AP poll started in 1936. I wanted to go over some of the weird ones that we come across here. There is some there's a lot of them, but we haven't had any in a while because, of course, there's the BCS in like 92, 93 or whatever. Everyone's like, hey, I got to join a conference to win a title now. And nobody's really won a national championship without being a conference since like 1989, the Miami Hurricanes.
Notre Dame fans are grinding their teeth to a powder right now.
I know. So I'm sorry, Notre Dame fans, you're upset. Sorry, Master Spreadsheeter Kevin, you're going to be upset at me for doing this. But I'm like, it's Independence Day. Let's celebrate the independents that have won a national title. So what I had to break this down is I got the Wikipedia article where it says college football national championships in NCAA Division I FBS. And I started at the AP poll era, which again I said 1936, and you're going to have more than one major selector, because there's just like some that are just like there's one major selector, and I'm like, no, I'm not giving you this. You got 2 losses and everybody else has like 1 or none.
That's my favorite one, where it's like I have 3 losses and some dude wrote my name down on a list.
Your national title has to be seconded by Scruffy from Futurama. All right, you got to get second. All right, you got to have that. There needs to be somebody else that signs off on it.
Get out
So
of
if
here!
you're gonna
9-2, 41 Alabama. Fucking
Yes.
national title. Get out of
Fuck
there.
off.
Get out of here, right? And they weren't an independent at the time anyway. So, I mean, we started in 1936, which is the first year of the AP poll. We had the Pitt Panthers football team, and we can just dig into that a little bit if you wanted to do it. But they finished 8-1-1. Their head coach, their loss was to Duquesne. They tied Fordham.
Couldn't handle that in-city heat.
Which Fordham, they lost to Duquesne 7-0, by the way, which Fordham played in the New York Polo Grounds.
Oh, God.
Just, I mean, if you ever look at the Polo Grounds dimensions for like baseball, like center field's like 7,000 feet to center field.
Yeah, the Polo Grounds are the rare stadium where when someone brings them up, everyone thinks baseball stadium.
Yeah.
But like they're the rare stadium where you think like, oh, they're playing that football game in a baseball stadium, and it's like, well, not really.
Not really, because the Polo Grounds, it's crazy. They went 8-1-1. They lost to Duquesne in Pitt Stadium, but they tied at Fordham.
I just found a picture of the Polo Grounds, and you can see the football stadium superimposed.
Yeah.
So enjoy that.
Oh
yes, it's incredible. Like this
girl, what were you
stadium is nuts. So this game, like they tied Fordham at the Polo Grounds, so they were 8-1-1. They had a couple of major selectors, and so they got credit for a national title at 8-1-1 in 1936. They won the Rose Bowl 21-0 over Washington. I just want to give a shout out to their head coach. Their head coach's name, Jock Sutherland.
Mm-hmm.
Great name.
Jock.
Yeah.
That's right.
He was kind of a big deal, Jock
was.
Sutherland.
That's right. They also won again in 1937 with Jock. They were 9-0-1, but guess who they tied again?
Was it Fordham again?
At the Polo Ground.
Fucking hell.
In 1937.
First place. I always heard,
Rams.
every time I read about the Polo Grounds, they always talk about it, that stadium turning into a fucking quagmire of mud. And I'm wondering if this isn't that thing over and over again. Because I just remember every time I would read something about that field, it would be like, and they came out covered in mud. No one could tell who was on what team.
So we move on to the next independent champion. We have the 1939 Cornell Big Red. They were named national title winner by Lichtenhaus and Sagarin.
Okay.
So that's to 2. 1939 Cornell Big Red football. They finished 8-0. They beat Syracuse, Princeton. They beat Penn State's ass 47-0.
Hell
We
yeah.
love to see it.
We do.
They went to Ohio State and beat number 4 Ohio State 23-14.
That's fucking hilarious. In front of 49,000 people.
49,000
Cornell
people.
come in and just fucking cave your faces.
The Big Red beat the shit out of Brutus Buckeye. They beat Columbia 13-7. They beat Colgate 14-12. They beat Dartmouth, sorry, Jordan, 35-6.
Well, that's fine.
And then they played at Franklin Field at Penn, and they beat Penn's ass 26-0 in front of 69,000 people.
That's so many people to watch Penn football.
Nice.
It's crazy.
God.
Crazy. So I don't want to go over the next few ones here because, again, Notre Dame fans. You got Notre Dame 1943 in the middle of World War II. You got the Army Cadets.
I'm going to say the Army shouldn't have been that good during I'm just saying that I would not want Army to be a great team during World War II.
Well, again, they're fine. Army in 1944,
they definitely would have had the most players given the draft.
I mean, yes, that is true.
Yeah. So Army in 1944, they won the national title. They just crushed everybody in 1944. They beat North Carolina 46-0, Brown 59-7, Pitt 69-7. Not nice. Not nice for Pitt girl. Coast Guard 76-0. Duke 27-7. That was their second closest game on the year.
That's also at the Polo Grounds. Everyone's going to the Polo Grounds.
The Polo Grounds. They beat Villanova in Michie Stadium in West Point 83-0.
Jesus Christ.
Shit.
They beat number 5 Notre Dame in Yankee Stadium in the Bronx 59-0.
We're out here playing football in Yankee Stadium again.
They beat Penn.
A tradition.
Yankee Stadium held 74,000 then, by the way.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
They beat Penn at Franklin Field in 65,000, 62-7, and they had their toughest game, which was against number 2 Navy in Baltimore at Municipal Stadium, 23-7.
So
undefeated.
They didn't allow more than a touchdown at any point that year.
Mm-mm.
So we have lots of Army. We have lots of
Army,
Notre Dame.
Army next year. Army 1945. Army 1946. Like dynasty. For real. Then Notre Dame's here with 1946, 1947, 1949.
I just want to throw out a quick shout out to 1945 Army because of the first game they played. Jordan, this is one of your favorites. They played Personnel Distribution Command.
Hell yeah. Ooh, let's see how that team did. They were 6-5. They were 6-5. It's solid.
I mean, I feel like a team that's really good at distributing their personnel, like they're probably not going to get too many men on the field penalties.
True.
They're probably going to, like, that's probably going to be a good secondary because they'll be distributed throughout the field. Probably won't be a lot of gaps you can throw the ball into.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. God.
They also played the Melville PT Raiders.
They did. So that was, I mean, again, this is why I want to go over the weird independents winning this stuff because the schedules are wild as hell. So we'll skip Notre Dame because they've been independent pretty much their entirety. The next one that I want to hop on really quick is the 1951 Michigan State Spartans.
Am I stupid for not knowing that Michigan State was independent that early?
I didn't know.
We talked about this the week that I had the Big Ten trivia thing.
You did.
Because Michigan State was the 10th team after Chicago dropped football.
That's right. So Michigan State replaced Chicago, which again, 1951 Michigan State, independent at this time. So we're all about celebrating independence here. So Michigan State, they won the national title in 1951. This was kind of a little bit of one that was kind of disputed here, but they had 3 selectors: Billingsley, Helms, and Poling. They were ranked number 2 in the AP, number 2 in the coaches. They won the national title. They went undefeated, of course, 9-0. They beat Oregon State 6-0, at Michigan 25-0. They beat Ohio State 24-20. Marquette, which ceased to have football in 1960, 20-14. They beat Penn State at New Beaver Field.
The predecessor of Beaver Stadium.
Yeah, which was absolutely hilarious there. They also they beat Pitt 53-26. They beat number 11 Notre Dame 35-0. They beat Indiana 30-26, and then they beat Colorado 45-7. And so they won that game, and they won that national title. There is a dispute there because Tennessee will claim it, but Michigan State also claims this too. The next year after that, in 1952, Michigan State did it again. So Michigan State won it again. They finished 9-0. No dispute this time. They were consensus national champions. No dispute whatsoever. just basically mowed everybody down again.
That'll do it.
You know, they beat Michigan at Michigan 2 years in a row. They beat Texas A&M in 48-6, Syracuse 48-7, Penn State 34-7. They beat number 8 Purdue in Purdue 14-7. That was kind of their closest game of the year besides the 17-14 game they had against Oregon State, which is a lot of fun. So celebrating the independence, here we go. We're skipping Notre Dame in 1953 because, again, Notre Dame has been...
They're just not independent enough.
Yeah.
They've always been independent, but, you know, again, we're celebrating independence. Plural, I guess. We could do it that way. But Notre Dame's always been that way. So we'll skip to the next independent, which I have is the 1959 Syracuse Orange. Which they were the consensus national champion. They were one in the coaches, one in the AP. They finished 11-0.
This is an Ernie Davis year, right?
They obliterated everybody.
Ernie
Davis was the sophomore running back.
Yeah.
He won the Heisman Trophy in 61, but he was a sophomore at the time in this one here. So they were named the national champion by like everybody. Like there was nobody else close. They beat Kansas, they beat Maryland, Navy, Holy Cross, beat West Virginia 44-0. Their all-time rivals at Pitt, they won 35-0. They beat Colgate 71-0. Their closest game was they snuck by Penn State at New Beaver Field 20-18. And then they won the Cotton Bowl over Texas 23-14 to seal the national title. The Orange, that's right, Ernie Davis with their national title there. So I'm going to skip Notre Dame again in 1966. That's right, Notre Dame. You have a lot of national titles where at least two people agreed to give you the title. We're going to give this here to 1969 Penn State. I know everybody hates this already, the West Virginia fan and the Pitt fan. This is
not nice.
Not nice. They're co-national champion. They were named by FACT, FACT, and Sagarin, which FACT is the Foundation for Analysis of Competitions in Tournament.
Bullshit.
That does sound like some bullshit.
That does. You click on FACT if you want to do that on Wikipedia. It was founded by David Rothman, an American statistician, public policy advisor, and the creator of a computerized college football ranking system.
Fake. This is all fake.
Fake? Okay.
That's AI.
That's AI. That's AI. Okay, we don't have to talk about 1969 Penn State if you don't want to.
They won the Orange Bowl. They beat everyone they played. Their one ranked team they played besides the wing was ranked 17 West Virginia, and they did beat them pretty badly.
Grrr.
Yeah. I mean, they had a great.
No one liked that.
No one liked that. All right, we could skip that one. You know, because again, we're a little biased on the podcast. So,
sorry, Danger. We like you.
We're gonna skip.
I'm sure that Penn State didn't coast on that for 20 years. Let's keep going.
We're gonna skip. Yeah, they did. We're gonna skip 1973 Notre Dame because again, Notre Dame, you're everywhere with the independence. Again, we're gonna go to 1976 on the bicentennial.
Oh, we're going to Johnny Majors Pitt now. Okay.
Johnny Majors Pitt, consensus national title winner, number 1 in the coaches, number 1 in the AP. Offensive coordinator Joe Avezzano. Their defense, I love the name of the defense, the Basic 50.
Yeah.
Amazing. Their offensive scheme, the Veer.
Hell yeah, it was the Veer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was the Veer.
Their offensive scheme was Tony Dorsett. Let's be real
correct.
clear.
That's
Like,
Heisman winner, Tony Dorsett. Yes. I don't know if he won it this year. Did he?
Yeah.
He did. Okay, in 76.
Yes. Also, graduate assistant Dave Wannstedt.
Yeah.
G.A. Wannstedt. Amazing. So I want to give a shout out to the schedule here. They won their first game of the season at Notre Dame 31-10 on ABC in 76, which is like, again, then they went to at Georgia Tech, won 42-14, home against Temple 21-7, At Duke, 44-31. Home against Louisville, 27-6. Home against Miami, Florida, 36-19. At Navy, 45-0. Home against Syracuse, their bitter rivals, the Orange, 23-13. Against Army, 37-7. The backyard brawl on ABC, West Virginia, they eked out a win, 24-16.
Once again, the largest crowd at Pitt Stadium that season. It's weird how that always happens.
I don't know. It's crazy. Then they welcomed in number 16 Penn State. They beat Penn State's ass 24-7. And then they traveled on down to the commission's homeland, the Louisiana Superdome, and they beat number 5 Georgia 27-3 in front of 76,000 folks in the Louisiana Superdome.
Important to note, particularly given Beth attempting to get in a jab about attendance, that the Penn State game was played at Three Rivers.
Yep, and was still smaller.
Yeah, I believe it.
Perfect. So we had Notre Dame again in 77. We
Pick
had the 1980.
One or two more you like, because we got to make sure we do our American thing too.
Got to make sure of the time. Okay. So 1980, Pitt Panthers, they won the national title, right? But
Pitt does not claim that title, but yes.
Pitt doesn't claim it, but they have 3 people that claim it. Devoid, FR, which is the College Football Researchers Association, and the New York Times.
Fake.
Also, Fact and Sagarin give them the title there. The name of the head coach was Jackie Sherrill from Texas A&M fame and Mississippi State fame. Lovely.
Jackie Sherrill was the one that made the creepy A&M mascot we hate so much.
That's right.
The old Sarge. That was a Jackie Sherrill creation.
And probably the rest of these are kind of recent memory. 1933 Miami Hurricane, 1983, not 33. 1983 Miami Hurricanes.
Rich, how old are you?
Yeah, I
it was the first national championship he saw live.
Back in my day, in 1933, and we were just getting out of the Great Depression. The Hurricanes just brought the entire.
No. Oh, if you're 93, you were like, the worst is over. We really got to talk about the next couple years.
1933, the Depression. It was over.
Oh
right?
yeah, and then it got real. No, yeah, okay.
No.
Okay, close enough. Hoover was gone. It's fine. We had FDR. We're
God
cool.
damn it! Just to tell you where everyone's like,
Oh my god,
where everyone's like mental in this is right now, guys. I just typed in 1933 to look something up, and the first thing that comes up is 1933 Enabling Act. Just so we're mentally where we're all at right now.
We are all very much having our Arthur Blutarski, like, did we give up when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? No moment tonight. And that's fine. That's very American. USA.
We're talking about independence here. We are independent from thought and everything else. It's great. And then we had
ASU.
Yeah, Miami won it in 83 because they stopped the Cornhuskers going for 2, which is again a ballsy call by Tom Osborne. I applaud it to this day. 86 Penn State and the Lions. Vinny Testaverde threw that game. I'll just say that. 88. We don't even know who the head coach was for Notre Dame. They won that game. I have no idea who that was. I have no idea what he probably doesn't remember that either. And then 89, the Miami Hurricanes.
That's the one, right? Like
that's the last one that we can remember. The head coach Dennis Erickson, 11-1. Give a shout out to them. Their only loss was to Florida State, 24-10 on ESPN.
I always forget that Dennis Erickson has a national title because, like, you look at the rest of his career, and it's just so all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? Dennis Erickson has 2.
That's like. He was also Idaho's head coach twice. Like,
dude,
I don't know what to do with this information.
I wrote an article about Dennis Erickson. Like where in the world is this coach?
I
like, what was the one? Was it like their history? But like, it is incredible. Like,
he's been everywhere. He was amazing.
Montana State, Billings, Idaho, Fresno State, San Jose State, Idaho, Wyoming, Washington State, Miami, Seattle, Oregon State, 49ers, Idaho again, Arizona State, South Albany High School in Oregon, Utah. The Salt Lake Stallions, and he's retired at this point.
The Seahawks.
That's right.
He was everywhere.
I just want to give his highlights real quick. Dennis Erickson, shout out. 2-time national champion, Big Sky champion once, 2-time Pac-10 champion, 3-time Big East champion, 2-time Sporting News Coach of the Year, 3-time Pac-10 Coach of the Year,
Wild
3-time Big East Coach of the Year, and the State of Washington Sports Hall of Fame.
That's so fucking wild for Dennis Erickson. Oh my God. Again, this is a man who coached Idaho football twice.
Twice in 2 separate stops.
Twice. He's the Grover Cleveland of Idaho football.
And still, and he coached Idaho twice and compiled a lifetime head coaching record of 179, 96, and 1.
I can't. Oh my God. They were just built different back in the day.
I just want to go over. We'll just skip this one because we're running low on time, so I'm just going to go as fast as possible. It again is the Independence Bowl here.
You can try to go as fast as possible, but we're going to say shit. So don't.
I'm going to do this. I'll do this. I just want to go over the previous names of the Independence Bowl. It was started in 1976, which you get on the bicentennial, 1976 here. So the previous names of the Independence Bowl was just the Independence Bowl from 1976 to 1989.
Classic.
The Poulan Weed Eater Independence Bowl from 1990 to 1997.
That's really early for like a.
It was one of the
early.
first few bowl games to have a sponsor. The Sun
Independence
Bowl,
Bowl, an innovator.
Yes.
the Independence Bowl, and Innovator. Then there was the Sanford Independence Bowl from 1998 to 2000. The Mainstay Independence Bowl from 2001 to 2003. Then they just didn't have a sponsor for 2 years. The Independence Bowl from 2004 to 2003.
They were independent.
Yeah.
They were independent. All the women who were independent, throw your hands up at me. Then they had the Petro Sun Independence Bowl from 2006 to 2008. Then they had the Advocare V100 Independence Bowl from 2008 to 2012.
I've forgotten that.
That's right. ULM played in the Advocare V100 Independence Bowl in 2012. And then Advocare was like, no, fuck it. We're buying the entire bowl. It is just the Advocare V100 Bowl 2013. Then Advocare was like, we're out of here. Fuck you, Shreveport. We are moving on. We are now called the Duck Commander Independence Bowl for 2014.
This was the stupidest one.
Yep.
That was the best, honestly. I don't know. The Weed Eater was around for nearly a decade, though.
I know. It was a mainstay.
It
The
was
Duck
my favorite.
I love the fact that a reality TV show based off of a company from West Monroe, Louisiana, that makes duck calls, that was on AMC, was able to get enough money and said, fuck it, we're sponsoring a bowl game in Shreveport.
There's hope for us.
Remember before AMC had like Mad Men and real TV shows, and they used to have things like
Yes.
Duck Dynasty.
It was incredible. It was nuts. So after the Independence Bowl went and left in 1 year, then there was the Camping World Independence Bowl from 2015 to 2016, which you notice Camping World moved on to Orlando.
They bought
after
the
this.
stadium.
They bought the fucking stadium. They're like, fuck Shreveport. We're buying the fucking stadium in Orlando. Then in 2017, it was the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl, which is basically it's a chain restaurant called Walk-Ons.
Okay.
Walk-Ons,
Yeah.
Walk-Ons Bistro,
No.
which is
We're not that. We're not. No.
Cajun-like. Yeah. And then it's been since 2020. It's been sponsored by Radiance Technologies. The planned matchup for the Independence Bowl this year is Army versus the Pac-12.
Okay, but there's I don't. Ooh, Army's been better. Never mind. They'll make a bowl. Okay. And remember that the Pac-12 schools all keep their old tie-ins.
Yes.
That's the important thing to remember here.
That's right.
They are not part of their new conferences for tie-in purposes. So we're still going to have some really stupid shit. There's a good chance, y'all, the Alamo Bowl is going to be 2 conference members.
It's a conference game.
Hell yeah.
There's a good chance.
Conference bowl game.
You know, it'd be funny if the out-of-conference bowl game is Utah versus Kansas State, which is not a conference game or whatever.
Yeah.
I think what was that? Is it Utah or is it Arizona versus Kansas State?
I can't remember who it is. Yeah, they're doing the non-conference conference game. Yeah.
The
I think
non-conference.
is it Utah Baylor?
Utah
that's
Baylor.
sure, yeah.
It could be that. Yeah. I think Kansas State's involved with Arizona too, but there's a couple of them apparently. But that'd be funny if they matched up in the Alamo Bowl again, which would be great. It could possibly happen. I just want to give a shout out for the Independence Bowl. Shout out to the 2000 edition of the Independence Bowl, the Snow Bowl game between Texas A&M and Mississippi State. It went to OT. Just crazy snow everywhere, and like Mississippi State, and Texas A&M, they're both the same colors. Now they're in the same conference. They had to wear like alternate jerseys. If you catch that one on YouTube, you can check it out at any point in time. It's amazing. Give it a watch.
Now, our mascot brawl continues.
Mascot brawls.
This is our costume mascot brawl, where we were taking mascots from across conferences and having them fight it out for supremacy. We just did we did the Mountain West. Commish, who won our Mountain West poll?
Benny the Beaver. It wasn't close.
Okay, Benny the Beaver wins it.
Benny the Beaver.
Good job, listeners. You are correct.
I mean, they just probably realized that Benny the Beaver had a chainsaw, and it was not close, which I think we may have a big Oregon State hive, which I have no problem with that. Shout out to Corvallis Love. Yeah, Benny the Beaver had 53% of the vote.
So now we have the American Conference. Rules are they go head to head randomly.
Yep.
We can argue everything we want for them, but these are the costume mascots. So you don't get to be part of this unless you are a horse that has had penalty flags thrown on it.
Hi, guys.
Our first matchup is Gus T from Tulsa versus the Army Mule. Y'all, the Army Mule mascot is jacked. It's got the furry abs.
Furry abs?
Oh yeah, hey, shout out. Congratulations to everyone going to Anthrocon this week. Enjoy it.
Okay.
I just threw the Army Mule in there, okay?
Yeah.
He doesn't wear a shirt, y'all.
I like that he's kind of fluffy.
How about one of him wearing sexy suspenders? Yeah. You like that?
I think Anthrocon probably does.
And then we have Gus T, the newest form of Gus T that Commission's just dropped in the chat, where he looks like his head is the poop emoji.
Why are his eyes so close together?
I don't know. It's so bad.
His head used to look like a pita, so.
Oh, no. Like, the current version of Gus T is by far not the worst, just so we're clear.
Oh, there's been worse versions of the Tulsa mascot. I mean, the Tulsa mascot, the fart cloud mascot.
The troll one is my favorite.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I like that one.
Can I go with the mule here?
The mule is absolutely kicking Gusty's ass. I don't care if he's like theoretically a hurricane or whatever. Like, there's no way.
They've managed to have a costume mascot in this mule that has the cartoon abs, but also looks like it has abs under the cartoon abs. So for double abs reasons, I'm going to have to give this win to the mule.
I mean, the mule is a cadet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
probably does have abs under the abs.
Probably does.
True. Okay. Next up.
Honestly, like, yeah, I just don't think like Gus T. I'm just trying to think of like a mule like fighting. Gus T kind of looks a little bit like a cinnamon roll.
Like a cinnamon bun mascot.
Cinnamon. What is that? A Cinnabon?
Mm-hmm.
Like its head is Cinnabon.
I found something new with the field of cinnamon rolls this week.
Okay.
Panera, they've discontinued their lemonades, which is a loss for humanity.
Yeah.
They have responded by now. If you go to Panera for breakfast, you can get a breakfast sandwich on a cinnamon roll.
Okay.
Like, they cut the cinnamon roll in half. You can get like egg and cheese and sausage and what have you on the cinnamon roll.
I'm about that.
May I ask a question about Gus T?
Yeah.
What's going on with his calves?
Oh, the fact that he has fake calves. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're part of the costume.
Yeah, he's wearing it looks very much like he's wearing like flesh tone baseball socks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, there's lots wrong with this.
If Gus T.
Yeah, there's no padding on the thighs whatsoever. It's just like, here's normal thighs, but behold my calves.
If Gus T was still Captain Kane, instead.
Yeah. Oh, I think
would give
sure.
Captain Kane the nod, but we got to move with the Army Mule here. It's going forward.
Next up, we have Rocky D. Bull from USF and Rowdy
Okay.
the Roadrunner.
Oh,
Now, I'm gonna lean towards Rowdy just on gut here, folks, because I am a UTSA fan and I've been very clear about this.
Rocky's kind of doofy looking, and I am struggling to articulate why. I think some of it is that he doesn't really look like a bull. He looks like a gorilla that they slapped horns on.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I mean, you can see Rocky D. Bull dabbing here.
Oh, that's such a specific.
That's gonna
time
get Arthur's
period.
vote for sure.
From such a specific time period. Now, I have a question because I'm seeing many versions of Rowdy here. And I don't like Blue Rowdy.
I don't think that's current Rowdy. I think current Rowdy is like the
Okay,
navy blue / black Rowdy.
Then I prefer that
Parentheses for
Rowdy.
a mouth.
Yeah, I prefer that Rowdy, I think. But y'all, it's a bull versus a roadrunner. And I think the bull gets him here.
I am reasonably confident in Rowdy's ability to meep his way out of a situation,
I would like to
especially
know
with
Okay.
something as easily baited as a bull. You meep and then you run away and the bull runs into a wall and you win.
I'd like to agree with you, but then I saw a close up of Rowdy, and I'm not sure that I have any faith in Rowdy's ability to do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not a great look for him. Not a great look for him.
Yeah,
Not a
I
great look.
think I'm saying
I don't
Rocky
know what's up
Bull.
with his eye. Like, why is his eye tilted towards the ground?
Why does he have lipstick?
Y'all, I found a picture I need to use for something else.
Okay.
Bring back this version.
It's a really old, creepy mascot version of Rowdy, looking like he's about to murder 8 cheerleaders.
With
Oh,
his
Jesus Christ.
unnaturally sharp beak.
Yeah, that beak is sharp as hell.
Which is open, but only towards the inside of his mouth.
Oh, it's so horrifying. Okay, I'm gonna
Like
say
his beak is closed,
Oh
but
my
you can also
God.
see through his open mouth.
I
My
love-
beak is closed, yet I must scream.
I'm looking at that picture. That has to be where the eyes were for like the person in the mask.
Has to be.
We need to
Gotta
tweet
be.
that picture
Yeah, let
with
me.
enhance.
Yeah, I'll get that. Okay.
If you're
who's our
all
fight?
going like the bull South Florida,
I am still voting for Rowdy, but I accept that I will probably be outvoted in this.
Beth, where are you at?
I'm gonna go with Rocky.
Okay, we'll go with Rocky D. Bull then. Rowdy.
what does
starring-
Arthur got?
Yeah, Arthur.
Oh, I got the bull.
Got the bull. Next up, we have Blaze the Dragon from UAB and Bill the Goat from Navy.
Ooh, tough
Ooh.
matchup.
I don't know that I know what the Navy Goat mascot looks like.
He looks unbelievably friendly.
Yeah, I was expecting way more angry eyebrows.
So, I mean, have you looked at Blaze?
Oh my God! A
Hi, I
derpy
love you.
dragon. Hi. It's almost like a dragon horse.
Oh no! Blaze, no!
Blaze looks not entirely dissimilar to the dragon from Dutch Wonderland, whose name
thinking
escapes
that.
me.
Oh,
He's a wingaling dragon, though.
he does have wings, but like this is just.
You would think I would remember the Dutch Wonderland dragon's name. Duke. His name is Duke.
It's the little tongue.
These two are having a friendship off.
Yeah, I don't know who. Oh my god, this is. I don't know who wins this.
Okay, if
I mean,
The
Navy
mascot looks very earnest. The UAB mascot looks absolutely vapid.
Yes.
I feel like my high school had a better dragon costume than.
I mean, shit.
at-
Look at SUNY. Look at SUNY Cortland's dragon.
Oh, that's a
Whoa.
good dragon.
That's a good fucking dragon.
He's a bitey lad.
His name is Blaze too.
And he's much better. Well, no, that's not true. He is much more fearsome. I like UAB's Blaze, but he does look very much like a child's theme park dragon.
Kamish, where did you find Angry Goat?
I just looked it up and I just typed in Bill the Goat and it's just, oh my God, that's like the
This
older version.
is like
That version is mean as hell.
this.
I
one-
like that one a lot.
Yeah, that
this
was
one
like-
wins. But
But he won't be fighting.
no, you're right. Damn it.
I'm gonna give it to the dragon on this simply because its mouth is bigger. And that's not a very good criteria, but it's what I've got to work with. So that's what I'm going to say.
I feel like Bill and Blaze just sort of like hug it out and come to a mutually agreeable conclusion about who should advance. They don't actually fight. Like, we just get like,
Yeah.
we have a Ferdinand the Bull off.
Do we have to give it to Navy though? Then as a like, oh, you Blaze would be like, no, sir, you're the troops. We have to, you get to go on.
Yeah, probably.
The UAB mascot Blaze gives me the vibe of thanking the Navy mascot for his service, but like saluting in the way that like only like actual soldiers are supposed to salute. Like, if
Gotcha,
that makes sense.
Mhm.
Okay. Mesh,
Yeah, I got Navy moving on.
Okay.
I for some odd reason, like there's a picture of the Bill the goat like just walking down the hall that I just found, and
Mhm.
you kind of got it set to like Reservoir Dogs or something.
Oh shit,
your head?
guys! The next round, it's Sammy the Owl versus Hooter the Owl.
Oh
Owl
my
on
God.
violence.
Owl on owl.
So I'm gonna be up front. I love Sammy the Owl from Rice. Like, he is like one of my favorites because he is a specific kind of owl. He's not
And
just
Hooter is the other one.
Yeah.
Is it Hooter?
Yes, Hooter.
Oh God.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, I know him too. I remember him being behind the basket at the FAU Final Four run.
Look, man. I gotta
Wait.
give it. I gotta give it.
Is this not Temple's
That's
Hooter the Owl?
That's
Okay.
Temples.
Okay.
There's a lot of owls in this conference.
Hold
I
up,
have
no.
to post this every time.
Oh
Sammy
yeah, no,
Owl.
that's my
I have to.
my favorite Sammy. See, that one is FAU's Hooter the Owl.
Yes.
The Philly one has seen some stuff. I gotta lean Philly owl.
Wait, no,
For
we're not
sure.
talking about the owl.
Oh wait.
We're the FAU owl.
Oh God. Okay, Rice's
Okay.
owl advances. then.
Yeah, you said Hooter the Owl. I searched Hooter the Owl and I got Temple's Hooter.
Yeah, same.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe apparently Sammy is FAU's owl.
Man,
Then
this
who's
is
the first
confusing.
owl?
Which owl? I mean, we got owl confusion here.
Who's on first?
Who's
Owlsley? Is
Okay.
this Owlsley the owl?
It's Owlsley. Thank you. That's Owlsley the owl.
okay?
Sammy
What-
versus Owlsley.
What I really like about the FAU owl mascot is that, like, he really looks like the FAU logo. Like, I
He
feel like
does.
a lot of mascots is not necessarily like, oh, we got to nail it. Like, the FAU mascot, like, I don't know if they had the mascot first or the logo first, but like one was working off the other.
Yeah.
Important to note that according to FAUsports.com, Owlsley has like a baby, nephew, cousin, sidekick, whatever named Hoot.
This is probably him hugging Hoot, I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna vote Sammy, y'all.
Yeah, I
Sammy's
got
got the look.
Rice's owl. Moving on.
I do like that they are specifically Owlsley and Hoot are specifically burrowing owls, which are very, very cute.
They are.
Not very intimidating. So
Okay, here we go. Next up, we have Pouncer from Memphis, and we have Riptide the Pelican from Tulane. Again, I don't think I've ever seen Memphis's mascot.
I like
Uh,
that Tulane
he is
has an actual
Oh,
Pelican
no.
mascot, and then the Pelicans NBA team has that baby.
Oh no. I know why Memphis doesn't bring him out.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, why? Oh,
He has the most vacant stare.
oh my God, Memphis! What are you doing? What is this?
That pelican is about to kill that tiger.
Yeah, holy shit! That pelican's gonna murder him. This tiger is
Oh Jesus Christ!
like. Here's a picture of him jumping in the air, and there's just nothing in there, y'all.
Nope.
I like that the Pelican. because I know like obviously like real pelicans have a beak, but this pelican has been made to look more like a person. So I can't tell if that's supposed to be a chin or like a lower beak.
Well, they have the like
Wow.
neck pouch
Yeah, the
thing
pouch.
where
Right,
they
that's
keep
what I'm
the
saying.
fish.
But like an actual pelican, that would be attached to the beak.
Jordan,
Yeah.
I feel
Like
like
this
that.
is too humanoid.
I feel like that picture that you just posted of Pouncer is a huge like. It's so unusual to see a mascot that is of the skinny mascot persuasion
Yes.
doing the Porky Pig.
Mhm. It's weird, right?
It is weird. I expect the more rotund mascots to be the ones that are shirt only, no pants.
Rock doesn't wear pants. Rock has never worn pants.
Oh, okay.
And Rock is a dirty pervert. We all know this.
Rock
Uh,
also
Rock loves moms.
large.
Moms, we've been
Rock,
on this.
Fat Rock.
Fat. That's true.
I'm not going to make the joke.
Jordan,
I'm just not.
I'm gonna need you to take this picture of the Memphis Tiger where he's jumping in the air,
Mhm.
cut him out, and make it look like he's being abducted by aliens. Because he's in the like I'm being beamed up pose.
Yes, it's perfect.
And his facial expression is also perfect for it.
Yep, I gotcha.
Thank you.
Gotcha, boss.
So I got Riptide moving on because
I
Riptide
feel
is gonna
Riptide.
rip the shreds. The Pelicans mascot that Arthur was talking about, the king cake baby is only seasonal. So you have Pierre the Pelican, which the one that I just posted recently, the one at the bottom, that is the original Pierre the Pelican that was like rejected by New Orleans.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, because it's horrifying.
it's horrifying. And then the one with the king cake baby is the revisited Pierre the Pelican there. So yeah, Riptide is moving on, and we got Riptide in a two-lane like football jersey, because I mean you don't really see like the Tulane mascot too much on the sideline, but Riptide is there. Riptide is also basically like the other sports mascot for like basketball, and then Riptide is the one that is on the bats for the Tulane uniform for baseball.
Okay, next up we have Scrappy from North Texas.
Oh,
and the Miner from Charlotte.
Scrappy's like just terrified, right?
Norm the Niner. No, Scrappy is Eugene Levy.
Yeah, he is experiencing intense regret.
Yes. He is.
Does Norm the Niner have a weapon?
This is a bird having an existential crisis.
Yeah, Scrappy looks very concerned at all times.
I love him so much.
I mean, it's a relatable expression.
One of my favorite pictures I've ever taken was the one of Scrappy. It's just so
yeah.
He looks so worried and sad all the time. It's so good.
So this is my favorite image of Scrappy, and I have entitled it "Why God Why Scrappy."
Of course. Oh God, guys, I have one of Scrappy crowd surfing. You need to see.
Oh God.
I think in terms of a fight, my analysis is that you can't hurt Scrappy worse than Scrappy's already been hurt.
Yeah.
Every time he's doing something amazing, it's just a look.
I feel like the Miner's going to come at Scrappy. Scrappy's going to be like, "Do you want to hear what's upsetting me today?" And the Miner's just going to forfeit about 45 minutes into the story.
Yeah, the psychological damage you're going to take there, goes to Scrappy.
Is Scrappy college football's Marvin the paranoid android?
Yeah. Yep.
Do you want to see a picture of Norm the Niner in Florida while wearing jorts?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed that, but I do.
I mean,
okay, there you go. Here we go. Enjoy.
Wow.
He's like holding the jorts up. He's not wearing the jorts.
Oh, that's
lame.
That's half-assed Norm.
Half-assed Norm is what they call him. Next up, we have East Carolina and Temple.
Ah.
So this is in fact Hooter the Owl.
This is Hooter the Owl, yes.
East Carolina.
Do they have a costume mascot?
They do. They have PD the Pirate. Peedee. He's named after the PD River and the PD Indian Nation.
Okay.
Probably.
But it's not a great sword. he's not a great like mascot. I won't lie.
I think Hooter's pretty good, and he's from Philly.
I mean, I'll take a sword over an owl.
I mean, that's what we're thinking about, right? Is the like.
Yeah. I kind of feel like that Petey the pirate makes the temple owl its shoulder buddy.
Okay.
And they team up.
I'll buy that.
I think they're a team now. Like the pirate in Philly, like this is kind of like, this is kind of Pennsylvania-esque here. But the Pirates,
sure.
Pittsburgh and Philadelphia unite here. On rare occasions, they do. Maybe in the occasion of Andrew McCutcheon. But
Commish, I know you posted it too. I just enjoy that we both found the picture of Hooter the owl mansplaining something to an actual owl.
That was me, not Commish.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
This is my favorite picture of Hooter because I'm not sure. I like that you read this picture as him mansplaining being an owl to an actual owl. I see this as sort of a like we are making first contact between two alien species.
I love Beth's idea of him leaning over going like, hey, do you know about eating food at night? Do you do that? Yeah. That's the best time to eat.
Did you know you can turn your head around like real far?
Oh, look, I can turn my head. Can you do that? Did you know you can do that?
Yeah. I got Petey and the Temple Owl just coming together.
Man, you're fucking up my bracket. We actually had an even bracket for once.
No.
I'm not opposed to this, Commish, but I would like to take this moment to point out that while Petey does have a sword, he also only has one eye. And so all Hooter has to do is peck out the other eye.
And then it's over. Mm-hmm. But I mean, unless Petey is like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport.
I thought you were going to say Jean Valjean, and I was very confused.
I'm going to go with the musical aspect here. Like, Commish, like,
like, wow, I got something way different out of Les Mis.
My God,
I can't believe you weren't paying attention, Jordan. You were just there.
I got something very different out of that.
I mean, I got to go with the pirate. I saw on the news, I think it was today or yesterday, that Hooters, the restaurant chain, the restaurant chain, I should say, is no longer a sponsor of Hendrick Motorsports in NASCAR because they couldn't pay their bills.
Yeah, but Hooters Air is coming back.
I don't know. That's why I'm going with the pirate. I can't go with the Hooter.
Okay, so how would we all end up?
I got a tag team here.
Okay.
I will go with Commish just to fuck up your bracket.
Actually, yeah, sure. I'm tag teaming.
Fuck it. I hate all of you. Fine.
Let's do it.
Well, that just means I'll have... Okay, you know what? I'll figure this out. It's fine. We gotta go fast anyways. Okay, first one. You know what? I'm gonna give Army a pass to the next round because Army's the fucking Army. There we go.
Army. Who are they fighting against?
They're giving against Rocky D. Bull.
Okay, no.
Yeah, no. That's my money's on the mule anyway.
Yeah,
Army's in the final four. Army's in the final four.
Can you imagine? It's like the lobby at Anthrocon, and jacked Army Mule walks in.
Are we also advancing Navy?
God damn it. We have to do both. Fine, we'll advance Army and Navy. That means it's Rocky D. Bull versus Sammy the Owl. This one hurts me. I think the bull wins.
Yeah, I think it does too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love Sammy so much because he's like a real fucking looking owl. He's not a cartoon owl. He's an owl. I guess they're all owls.
Owls.
Okay, so we had Rocky coming through on that one. And then we'll have to have a three-way fight, I guess.
Podcat has arrived to fight your owl.
We got the Pelican.
Okay.
We got Scrappy the Eagle. And then we have the Pirate Owl Mecha Combine.
I mean, I'm going with the tag team because there's two of them. They outnumber the others.
Yeah,
two mascots, 3 eyes.
Scrappy. Okay, there we go. Yep.
That could be the podcast title right there. 2 mascot, 3 eyes. So we got Army, Navy,
and 2 Bazongas. Hey,
That's right. We got to get Bazongas in there. I
Army,
would've
Navy,
forgotten
and
that.
then what's the other one? We have
So here we
USF.
go. We have Army, we have Navy,
Mhm.
we have USF,
Mhm.
and then we have the tag team of East Carolina and Temple.
Yeah, I like that.
This I have no notes.
None.
This is perfect.
Such a sure.
I mean, Riptide. I mean,
We're good
we
at
put up
this.
a good fight,
We're
but a pellet
professionals.
can only do so much.
Well, and a pirate would have practice killing pelicans.
Yeah,
I also think Scrappy, kind of like some of the other mascots that we've discussed in other conferences, he has a bit, and it's a good bit, but it's probably only going to work once.
Mhm.
Like they're gonna know that he's like so I have a story, I want to tell you the thing. No. Especially because ECU's mascot's a pirate. He knows what sirens are. He's gonna show up with earplugs.
Mhm. I also feel like Petey the pirate is probably not a good listener.
No.
ECU pirate PD just
Petey the
stabs through
pirate
Scrappy.
the Temple Owl.
And Scrappy just walks up on the sword and just goes, "Thank you for letting me end."
I like the idea of Petey and Hooter as a falconry pair.
Yeah, I love it.
You lead out a giant fucking walking owl in a hood.
Mhm.
That's weird.
On your
Got it.
arm.
That's so
You
weird.
got
got
it.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay,
Totally. That's it.
so we need you, the listeners, to vote between Army, Navy, USF, and the East Carolina Temple Tag Team.
The ECU Temple Tag Team.
We'll post that up for next week. Happy Independence Day. If you started, well, let's put it this way. However many fingers you started this week with, please end this week with that same number of fingers or more.
I hope so.
If you add one, I don't give a
more?
shit. It's fine.
Adding?
I
additional?
would have concerns about how you added fingers.
Don't care.
Don't
Hey
care.
man, I'm gonna get some chicken fingers.
Gotta collect them all. ASU. ASU.
And I proudly stand up next to you, collecting your fingers today.